Now I'm going to speak about a regional spoken word tour. With me this morning is the Acting Chief Operating Officer of the Two Cents Movement, Atia Douglas. With me as well is a spoken word artist and arts educator. Her name is Danica Thomas. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here this morning. So the name of this tour is On Her Voice. Tell us about it.
Okay, so On Her Voice is kind of a play on words, honor her voice, on her voice.
Right.
So it's a continuation of what Two Cents Movement has been doing since 2013. So we have been touring secondary schools throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and now we're taking it regional to Jamaica, Belize, St. Lucia, and Barbados.
That is a big deal, taking it outside of Trinidad and Tobago and, again, pushing the message forward.
Correct.
And the movement forward, more to say. And Danica, you as an arts educator for it and spoken word artist as well. How has your experience been with the people you have been interacting with?
Well, we have been interacting with so many students over the years and really using spoken word poetry as a vehicle to educate youth on different issues. Gender-based violence, we spent the entire year doing gender-based violence last year, the year before, and it has really been a transformative experience seeing youth not even know what the term GBV means to like incorporating it in their poems and speaking out in their own spaces has been really magical.
Really?
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Sure.
But you say the youth, but you yourselves are very young.
Okay,
Thank you.
So, how is it, being someone who is so young, educating young people who may be, well, younger than you, yes, but also around your age?
Well, Danica could speak to that aspect. I mean, I'm not out in the field, as you would say, but I think it's a bit of a big responsibility, because you're making an impact. These students or whoever you interact with, they're looking up to you in a sense. Yeah. So for the past few years, we've really been trying to get the messages in a way that students can really relate to it as well. Because as she said, it is a transformative experience. Some of the students that we would have interacted with are now teaching artists themselves with the Two Cents Movement. Yeah. So it's really about getting people from a place of, okay, well, I have a vague idea of what's happening in society to, I want to speak out on this, I want to be involved in activism to change the reality of whatever is happening right now.
Definitely. Yeah. And the British High Commission is involved in this project as well.
Definitely.
Tell me about their involvement.
So they have been a tremendous partner. They actually came on board with us in 2018. So we had a very similar program. So we went to Guyana and Barbados last year. Actually, we worked with a group within each country to train their teaching artists. So we would have identified an NGO, and we would have gone to those countries and worked with them to educate them with GBV as well. They would have gone to schools. So the British High Commission has really been instrumental in really helping us get out there in the region. So this year they've partnered with us again along with the Institute for Gender and Development Studies because we're not the knowledge authority on gender-based violence, right? So they have really been supportive in helping us to get out there and spread the message. Because they have been actually really focusing on particular issues within society as well, and gender-based violence happens to be one of them.
And in your itinerary of the different countries in the region, how many locations do you believe that you're going to visit and do this work?
So we were targeting 3 secondary schools in each island, so including Trinidad and Tobago, so it's 18 secondary schools total that we're going to be visiting. It's going to be a live performance, just as the same format as in Trinidad and Tobago, a 1-hour live performance, after which we're going to have a workshop with smaller groups to actually discuss gender-based violence in a more in-depth way and to create a sort of a policy document for each school that informs a new way of behaviors. Because people think gender-based violence is, the extremities of just, physical abuse, emotional abuse, but gender-based violence is simple things as catcalling, And a lot of young people don't know that, so they always think, well, I'm not doing any behavior that kind of could lead to this,
So it's not so bad.
Yes, correct.
It creates an environment that is hostile.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, so we're really working, at the smallest level and working our way up. We're starting with them wherever they are at, and we're building with them. Yeah.
And that is an excellent way to end off this conversation. Again, you're starting where you're at, building and moving forward.
Correct.
Definitely. I want to thank you for joining us this morning and giving us this wonderful information on the wonderful work that the Two Cents Movement is doing in conjunction with the British High Commission. With me this morning, I've been chatting with Acting Chief Operating Officer of the Two Cents Movement, Atia Douglas. I've been chatting as well with Danica Thomas, who is a spoken word artist and arts educator. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.